Hi, today we're going to be talking about 10 ways to get connected with spirit. And I'm really excited to bring this to you. And my name's Marie with Joy for Balance Energy. And so I had mentioned that I was going to be doing topics on Tuesdays and Thursdays each week. And this is our first topic. And so, like I said in my last video, I would love to hear your comments, anything that maybe you want to hear about, any different topics that you want to hear more about, and then I will go ahead and put them together. So just a little bit about me, if you know nothing about me, first time here, which thank you if you're here. I love that. I work in several, modalities. I do tarot readings, I do energy healing, and then I also am a certified hypnotist, and I'm getting ready to become a therapist with a different technique, and so I'm really excited about that. So anyway, that's just a little bit about myself, and also spiritual healing. I love to help people any way that I can, and sorry about the sun here. It's just I thought this would be a good place to do it. It's kind of pretty and peaceful back here. But anyway, let's get to the 10 steps to connect with your spirit guides or angels. And so, number one, and it's a very important one, you want to stay away from all negative stuff because you need to keep your frequency up. And so having anything negative in your life, like, watching the news or, the gory programs, because it just desensitizes you and it also lowers your vibration. And so it makes it really difficult to connect because they're, at a very high frequency, and so you need to raise your frequency in order to connect. And so, watch what you watch on TV, try to stick with more comedies and Gaia TV. They have a bunch of wonderful things that you can watch. And so anyway, I just had a butterfly. I think it flew in the side of the camera. That's beautiful. Another thing I wanted to mention is energy vampires. If somebody's coming to you and they're just offloading their problems on you constantly, you need to be cognizant of that and, try to eliminate, I know with certain situations it's hard to, like a family member, it's hard to end a relationship, but just distance yourself as much as you can. And if it's a friend, again, distance yourself as much as you can because you need to keep very positive. That's very important. Now, I know that it's hard to stay positive every single day. We all have our days, and believe me, I've had some of mine. But once you realize that you're in a negative space and you stay on top of it, you're able to flip it and start raising your vibration again. So if you're just really in a down mood, you had something happen that really made you unhappy, I wouldn't even try to connect. I would just get through what you need to get through and then start turning that, frequency back up. And, negative people, you're going to run into negative people out in the public as well. They're out there, and, if you can come from love and just know that, there's things that they may have not learned yet, that and so just, put the love out there to them and just understand they're having a bad day. Even with things that, because I know a lot of you that are watching this are probably into the energy careers like tarot and energy healing and Reiki and all the different things. So just remind yourself, if you run into somebody that's kind of nasty or what, just let it off, give them a smile or something, and go about your business. So that's number one. Be positive, stay positive, watch positive. Really focus on that so that you can remain there. Now, 2, you need to work on following your intuition. And you also need to trust it. Because, especially if you're new at this, because we all are intuitive, we're all psychic, but if you haven't developed the tool, um, it's going to take a little time. But, you know, that's part of the fun. Because when you do connect and you start picking up different things, I mean, it's so wonderful. And so, just listen carefully. Listen to those whispers that might be going on. Also, they have a tendency to kind of nudge you. So if something comes into your mind just kind of all of a sudden, and it's like, do this kind of thing, that's kind of a push, a nudge. Go do that. And trust it. Just go after it. I mean, that's all you need to do. And, another thing that helps you get into that frequency and your intuition and everything else is go take a walk in nature. It's a beautiful way to just open up the senses, be calm, and, kind of like a walking meditation sort of thing. That really helps as well. Now, there's another technique that really helps develop hearing your intuition and plugging into your guides, and that's automatic writing. And basically what you do is you sit and you go into a meditation, and you have to block all of the mind chatter. Get rid of that. Get yourself in a very quiet, present moment, and sit there and just be silent, be peaceful, and just let whatever's going to flow. And then once you're done with your meditation, you want your notepad and pen or whatever next to you, so that whatever comes into your mind, first thing that comes into your mind, don't even think about it. Just start jotting. You jot, you don't think about anything. And just keep writing until there's nothing else to write. You'll be really surprised, and it really exercises that muscle to connect and hear. And so I think automatic writing is, one of the biggies. And then, of course, meditation is also, to get you into that present, peaceful, plugging into spirit moment. And so that's number 2. So now we're going to go into number 3. You want to be sure to cleanse your space wherever you're doing the meditation. And you could even cleanse your whole entire home. You should do that once in a while anyway, just to clear any negative energies that may have come through. I know sometimes my kids come walking through the house and they're just griping about whatever, and I'm either smudging or spritzing or something to just get rid of it, so that I can get back to being positive and feeling good, so that I can connect. And you can, there's smudge sprays that you can buy. You can spritz yourself too. I do that all the time, especially before I do a tarot reading, because I go ahead and I sit there and go into a meditation and I connect with spirit. But I spritz myself, and then I talk to Orion to help raise my frequency to as high as it can go. I also want to be sure that I go ahead and mention before I even go into the meditation, I'm in the meditation, but right in the very beginning, I go ahead and I ask for the white light to protect me with Archangel Michael, and I also include Mother Mary because I love Mother Mary. But and then you just go into the meditation. And so that's what I do with my tarot readings. And so another way too is you can go and take a shower. Taking the shower, something with water, it just like cleanses the body, eliminates the stuff that's piled up on you since the last time that you showered, and that helps clear. There's also where you can go ahead and run a bath for yourself, with candles and Epsom salt and maybe some aromatherapy things that you can put in there, or, and just chill and be at peace, be present, and it's really going to clear things out and you're going to feel great. So just as a reminder in meditation, be sure, to cleanse yourself, because you want to be as high as you can with that frequency so you can plug in. And so that is number 3, cleanse your energy. And so let's go on to number 4. Now you need to trust in what you're receiving, because if you don't trust, you're going to doubt everything that comes in, and you're going to feel like you're not connected. At first, I know it's really challenging, but when you fully are engaged and have faith in what it is that you're doing and trust, it's like you need to throw all those chattering things out of your head. Just throw it out, surrender it all, so that you could go ahead and really focus on what's coming in and believe what's coming in. I mean, that's a really important one. And another very important thing is listen to the heart. That's never going to lead you down the wrong path. Just turn the mind chatter off. It's got to go out the window. Any emotions, this and that. Now, I'm not saying that you might be in a meditation where something strikes you, have a light bulb moment. It's a very wow moment, and maybe you start tearing up or something. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, excuse me, I get a tickle every time I talk a lot. Let's see, where was I? Yeah, listen to your heart. And also pay attention to different body signals that you might receive, when you're in the meditation. Because that leads me into number 5. And what that is, ground yourself. It's like a process. You sit down and you get in the chair, sit on the couch, wherever it is, sit on the floor on however you like to meditate. Sit down, ground yourself, bring in the white light, call out to Orion to higher, bring the frequency up as high as you can bring it up, positive, and you want to breathe. And I like to do the 7 count breathing, where you breathe in and hold for 7 and then release for 4 and then go back up and hold for 7. That seems to really work for me. And everybody's different, and there's a ton of different breathing techniques that you could find out there on YouTube. So just go check out YouTube and you can find the one that works for you the best for breathing, because breathing is really important. And I notice that when I breathe, it really helps clear my mind, and then I call Orion in to raise my frequency and everything else. And so once you get to that point, then you go ahead and invite spirit in. You're inviting them, you're giving them permission, because they won't come and come down. I'm not saying come down and come inside of me. Come near me, come close to me, and I give you permission. And, when I'm doing tarot readings and everything, I always say, Spirit, please come down to me so that I can, channel your messages, because those are divine messages. And I want to give that to the collective for the tarot reading. And then I just keep breathing, and you'll start to feel different sensations, and everybody's sensations are different. And just as an example, because I could always tell when we're hooked in, because I get like this feeling, and I get several sensations, but just the very first sign, it's like there's this just nice loving hand that's like on the side of my face, and I can feel the heat. And then sometimes it's that, and then I start feeling it through my crown chakra. So, but everybody's different, like I said. So So, some other signs or signals you might receive is a ringing in the ears. Some people have that. Now, I know that there is something that causes ringing in the ears. It could be a health issue, but that is one of the things that you can get. When you're in meditation, you might smell something very familiar to you. It could be somebody, from your past that you've lost that's on the other side. And so you could be pulling them in. And you want to be specific on who you're calling in. I mean, when it comes to readings that I do, I call in all my guides and my angels, archangels, and I even include the galactic family to be part of it as well. And, they'll come in as they want. And they all have different input that they want to bring you. But, you could even have twitching going on, goosebumps. I get goosebumps, and that's pretty funny. And then, you'll have different feel-good emotions, like you'll feel that love. And for instance, with tarot reading, there can be, especially personal tarot readings, I get the feeling of that energy with that person, and then I'm picking up on the energy here too, so it kind of ties together. But so for those that have not experienced any of those things yet, it may be that you just still need to work on doing more meditation. It's good to meditate each and every day, because that's what's going to really build that presence. You're going to notice how calm and it's just peaceful. And once you get into that, you might start seeing symbols. There could be colors. What else? Pictures, letters, numbers. So, there's a lot of different things that might start becoming into that you pick up on. And, that's another reason to have a pad next to you with a pen, so that you could just jot different things down that came up in the meditation, so that you can keep track. Because there could be a very special message in there that if you don't write it down, you might just forget about it. Because I know that when I'm actually doing tarot and I'm connected, sometimes I have to listen to the tarot reading because I don't remember. It's because it's not coming from me. I'm just the vessel. The information's coming from spirit. Okay, voice. Let's not lose our voice. So that was number 5. Now I'm going to go ahead and go to number 6. And don't become distracted, because it will happen. The minute you hear the chatter going on, totally just throw it out and get back to it. And anytime that there's disruption, just maybe take in a deep breath and back out, and another deep breath and back out, to settle the mind down and get into that present moment. That's very, very important. And also listen to your breathing, because that'll distract you from your mind. And so that's, just let it go. What else? I'm trying to think here. Well, and then for those of you that, sit down and meditate and something pops into your head, like, where am I going to go to get a Starbucks coffee? If your mind is there and it's not going to stop, just go get your Starbucks coffee and come back to the meditation later, because it's constantly going to come up and drive you crazy. So, I mean, it happens to everybody. It's about practice and getting through with that flow, and it gets easier as you get through that. So let's go on to number 7. What not to do in meditation and connecting. And you never want to meditate without grounding yourself first. That's number 1. And so what I do is I go ahead and I sit up and I have my hands down on my legs for the grounding, and I ask for the golden white light to come down through my crown chakra, all the way down my chakras, down my legs and my calves, into my feet, into my toes, down to the center of the earth. And that's my grounding. And then I'll flip my hands upwards to go ahead and bring Archangel Michael in, Mother Mary, to protect me with the white light coming down my crown chakra as well. And hands up to receive is why I flip my hands up. And then after that I go to Orion. So that's my process. But you will develop your process in due time once you do it enough and you continue to practice, and you'll start to see things that start working for you that you will go to. So, and don't go into the meditation expecting things to happen, because that keeps this engaged. And so just go in there with an open mind, let the mental stuff go, and become present. And don't expect a thing. Because when you go into that state and surrender and just be present, you will be receiving information. Trust me. I mean, it's beautiful. I love it. I meditate every day. And sometimes it's not for a long period of time because I might be limited on time or something. But this leads me into number 8. It takes practice. And because I get a lot of questions of, well, how do I develop it? It takes practice. It takes a commitment, persistence, consistency, and to meditate as many times as you can, especially if you're a beginner, because that's going to build that muscle so that you can plug into spirit. And also be aware of any senses or physical signs, because that could be telling you something too. And like I said, just jot anything down after your meditation, because that's really going to help you. And so yeah, so I'm really happy with so far, and we're already through number 8. So now I'm going to move on to number 9. Okay, so on number 9, I get questions like, well, how long do I meditate for? And this can range for different times with beginners, intermediate, advanced. I mean, there's some people that can meditate for hours. Those are generally the more advanced ones. And then intermediate, maybe an hour. But then when you're beginning, try to keep it 5 to 10 minutes, just to practice how to get into that moment, where you're at peace and everything's, blanking out. You're not hearing this chattering. And, just do it 5-10 minutes until you get the way that you're feeling like you're getting there. You're centering. You're starting to feel it, because that'll help work your way in. And then you could always, stretch those times out as you feel more comfortable in the meditation. So yeah, start 5 to 10 minutes if you're a beginner. And like I said, you can increase it. So let's go into number 10. And this is very important. Just have fun with it. Have fun with it. Don't be hard and critical on yourself. And, just go in it with an open mind. And, there's times that you go into meditation and nothing will come up. Don't get frustrated and quit. That's the last thing you want to do. Be positive. And again, this is a reminder, cleanse that space and trust in what you are receiving. And that's probably one of the hardest things, especially when you're beginning. But that will pass. You will start to become more confident in working with spirit as you develop. So, just trust in what you're receiving. And like I said, be sure to ground. Bring, Archangel Michael in for protection, because, there's things that um, you can draw in depending on your energy, because you might be at a lower energy and it could draw in a lower energy being. I'm not saying it's evil or, try to spook you or anything. I'm not trying to scare you, but you always want to be at the highest frequency that you can be, and, be sure to ground and invite Archangel Michael in. And, the golden white light coming down my crown, back through my chakras, and all the way down. And, that will really help. Again, anything in meditation that you're picking up from your guides, symbols, pictures, letters, numbers, there's things that can just kind of come up. Jot those things down the minute you're done with that meditation so you don't forget, because they will become very important, and you're going to start to see how it all kind of comes together as you're keeping these notes. And then also, again, observe any physical feelings that you're receiving. The ringing in the ears, hand on the side, or tingling in the crown, or, whatever happens to you, pay attention to those things, because then you'll start getting used to knowing when you are plugged in with spirit. Sorry, I'm starting to lose my voice. And, lastly, what you could do is go to a local group that does meditation circles, or, a lot of the metaphysical stores, they have different events that they do. Connect with them, because a lot of times, especially when you're first learning to meditate and plug in with your guides, having that energy in a group, it actually, helps that frequency. It's a lot, I feel, a lot stronger in groups when you're connected, because it's the energy of the whole group. And you may have better success in the beginning. So, try that, because it's a beautiful experience, and I love it. And I will always do my tarot readings, even though I have a lot of things in my tool belt. They're all kind of pulling together anyway. But that is the 10 ways to connect with spirit, and I hope you really enjoyed this. And please leave comments below of any topics that you want to talk about. Also, I did a post on Instagram the other day where, or maybe I did it on YouTube, but anyway, I'll mention on Facebook, I'm going to go ahead and put together some kind of time or date that people can get together on a Facebook Live, and we'll just talk about anything. It's just like a Q&A of anything that's on your mind. It could be an issue you're dealing with. It could be a question about hypnosis. It could be a question about meditation, connecting with your guides. Whatever the case, that's what we're going to do, is come together and just talk about life in general, because that's really helpful to come together as a community. And I also wanted to mention too, my YouTube channel, I've been growing it organically. I haven't been doing any promotions. And the reasoning behind that is I want like-minded people coming to my channel. I don't want just anybody that went ahead and hit the subscribe button just to subscribe. They're not even interested. I want my channel where everybody's tuned in to everything. And then you'll also hear about different things that I'm going to be doing, because I have a lot coming. And I'm also on TikTok, and at the bottom of this video I'll be sure to have the links in there that you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and then also my website, which is joy4balance.com. And so if you go there, you'll have meditations, energy healing, tarot readings. You could also schedule a tarot reading with me. There's posts. So go check it out and please subscribe. I'm losing my voice. And hit the bell so that you receive upcoming videos. So I'm going to let you go here before my voice goes totally out, which it's about to. And I really enjoyed this. And thank you for being here. And I'm sending the love to all of you that support the channel. And even if you don't, I love you too. So take care and have a wonderful day or night, wherever you are. Bye.